Good morning. Today we are here to formally announce a 7-player trade with the Seattle Mariners. Jay Bruce, Anthony Swarzak, Jared Kelenic, Justin Dunn, and Gerson Batista will be headed to Seattle. And we are thrilled to welcome 2 all-star players in Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz. Welcome to the family, gentlemen. As I stood in front of you a few weeks ago, I stated that this organization intended to be relentless and fearless in our pursuit of greatness. This trade should be a signal to our players and to our fans that words alone will not define this franchise. Rather, it will be hard work, collaboration, and unwavering commitment. And that those all can be expected from us every day. Each of these characteristics were demonstrated throughout this process. Even with Jeff traveling internationally over the last week, he and I were in constant communication at all hours of the day and night. Tommy Tanis, Mark Tremuta, and the entire amateur scouting department was responsible for the signing of the young players that were included in this deal. Ian Levin and the player development team put these players in a position to succeed in the future. Jim DeLoya, Bryn Alderson, and Jeff LeBeau led the pro scouting department's efforts in assessing all of the players involved, and many of who were not. TJ Barra, Joe Lefkowitz, and Chris Pang provided important analytic assessments in the deal-making process. John Rico, Omar Minaya, Ruben Amaro, Mickey Callaway, and Dave Island were all intimately involved in the construction of this deal. Lastly, Adam Guttridge and Allard Baird wasted no time infusing themselves into our work, and their leadership was invaluable in the evaluation and ultimate completion of this deal. So what does this all mean? The New York Mets and the ownership group, Fred and Saul, are both here today. We have a winning mindset, and collectively, we believe that everything is possible and nothing is impossible. And it is that conviction that led us to this moment. Robinson Cano is one of the best second basemen in the history of the game. He immediately will impact the middle of our lineup and increase the run production in a meaningful and significant way. Edwin is the best closer in the game today. He will be the anchor of our bullpen, and he will electrify our fan base. Most importantly, everyone should know that these 2 players are here to help us accomplish our goals of winning now and in the future. So gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to introduce Robinson Cano and Edwin Diaz to the New York Mets.
Gentlemen, if you just hold the jerseys up for a moment for a quick photo opportunity with this setting.
Guys, could you touch shoulders a little closer? Thanks.
And then Jeff and Brody, if you'll help the players on with their jerseys, and I'll take the coats.
Yes.
Good time.
Trying. Stop.
Good. Thank you all. See you after. Robinson, we'll turn it over to you for a few opening remarks.
So first, good morning, everyone. I'm more than happy, I would say blessed, be able to wear this uniform, franchise, the history, all the legends, great players, being through this organization, and the history. And also happy to be back in New York. And just can't wait for the season to start and be able to go out there and perform and help the teams to win a World Series.
Edwin?
First of all, good morning to everybody. Like I always say, great history in the men's, so I'm excited to start the season. I came here to win. To the Mets fans, we came here to win and try to reach the World Series and get the ring.
Good. Thank you, gentlemen. With that, we're going to open it up to questions. There's mics on each side of the room. If you, for the live audiences at home, please just state your name and affiliation prior to your question. Steve?
Steve Gelbs, SNY. Brody, to your right, over here against the wall. This one's for you. Obviously, you mentioned the young players that are involved in this deal. There's been a fair share of questioning, criticism about including that level of prospect. What in particular made you comfortable in this deal, including guys of that caliber, specifically Jared Kelly?
I think there's always an acquisition cost when you bring in premier talent to the organization, and when you do so, you have to sacrifice resources. Sometimes it's money, sometimes it's talented players. I think that this group of five, we certainly had players that we felt like could contribute to our team in 2019, and we had prospects that we fully expect will help another team going forward. And I think the Mariners will be lucky to have those three guys on the prospect side, and I know there's motivation on the veteran players to rebound from where they were last year. But for us, the opportunity to go fill two primary needs that we laid out at the start of the off season was paramount in trying to get this deal done, and we were willing to make those sacrifices.
Rich over here in the middle.
Rich Patino, ESPN Radio. When you talk about the acquisition of Robinson Cano, can you talk about what that means to the middle of your lineup, particularly having a guy like Conforto there and hopefully Cespedes by midseason?
Yeah, I think that I think many in this room have heard me talk about our ability or lack thereof to score runs in the past, and I think that we need to bring talented guys. Robinson certainly is one of those that can control the strike zone, that can give us quality at bats consistently, and to bring in an 8-time All-Star that has the ability to hit right and left-handers to immediately get inserted in the middle of the lineup changes the dynamic for us. It creates length, and it creates production that will make all of our hitters better. We had the chance to see Brandon Nimmo before this press conference, and we joked that it's a tremendous opportunity for him to score more runs when he's getting on base with this guy hitting behind him.
On the right.
Good morning, buenos días, Julio Pavón. It's nice to see you back in New York, Robinson, and bienvenido, Edwin. My question to both of you, what was the first thing that came into your mind? ¿Qué fue lo primero que entró a tu mente when you heard that your name was mentioned in blockbuster deal coming to New York?
Well, for me, first of all, what I said earlier is this organization, was across the street, so I know I play against them a lot, and also the fan base in New York, greatest fans of baseball. Be able to be back, and like I said, get to talk to Brody before I decide, and all that, the pieces that he's gonna get, and be able to make this team to win. And for me, I play this game because I love to win. I don't care anything else, and for me, it's all about winning. Like, I always say this, and I was gonna say it. It's not about playing 162 games and just go home. It's about winning and be able to, win another ring, especially on this side of the city. It's mean a lot to me.
For me, when I know I got traded, so I start excited. I text Robbie right away. Hey man, we're going to New York, so let's go there and have fun and be with the best fan in the baseball. was excited about that.
Again, on the right.
NataliLasmayores.com. Robinson, a estas alturas de tu carrera, ¿qué crees tú que puedas aportar, no solamente ofensivamente, pero también a la defensa? Y para Edwin, ¿qué sabes de este mercado y qué sientes al unirte a un mercado tan exigente como el de Nueva York?
Bueno, para mí yo creo que puedo traer mucho. Creo que este es un juego donde no solamente se va a hacer un año, pero gracias a Dios como he ido preparando toda mi carrera y ya con la experiencia que tengo y con ese gran talento joven que tiene este equipo, creo que puedo contribuir y dar lo mejor de mí como siempre. O sea, y seguir trabajando fuerte como siempre lo he hecho. Y es como anteriormente, creo que la experiencia es lo que ayuda bastante ya en este nivel.
Yo creo que Nueva York es un mercado fuerte, pero yo soy un muchacho que trabaja mucho y yo sé que tengo que trabajar fuerte para estar aquí. Y yo sé que puedo demostrar lo que tengo y de verdad estoy súper contento de estar aquí en Nueva York y demostrar las habilidades mías en el terreno.
James in the back.
Brody and Jeff, this question's for you. This sign seems to show, this trade seems to show that you guys are very serious about winning this coming season. So I guess what are you guys prepared to do next to kind of add to the roster and continue, whether it's more trades or signing free agents things to help fix the rest of the week?
You want me to take that one? I think James allowed you to jump in there too if you want. I think it goes without saying, but I'll state it very clearly that we did not make this move to have this be our last move. I think we have talent already on the roster. I said consistently throughout my tenure that we want to bolster our team. We want to improve our production next year. We want to win more games, and hopefully we can continue to add more talent around guys like this, and that's our mission.